I'm Mike Hackard with Hackard Law, and we represent heirs and beneficiaries in Silicon Valley estate and trust litigation. The affluent communities of Los Gatos, Saratoga, and Palo Alto represent some of California's most substantial family wealth, and increasingly, some of its most targeted elder financial abuse victims. Los Gatos, Saratoga, and Palo Alto share something beyond beautiful homes and tree-lined streets. These communities have significant populations of elderly residents who've accumulated substantial wealth over decades, often combining tech industry gains with family inheritances, professional success, and real estate appreciation that turned modest homes into multi-million-dollar estates. Saratoga home purchased for $200,000 in 1985 may now be worth $4 million. A Palo Alto professor emeritus who invested in early tech ventures may hold stock worth tens of millions. A Los Gatos widow whose late husband founded a successful business may control an estate she never fully managed during their marriage. This concentration of wealth among elderly residents creates opportunity for predators, and the very characteristics that make these communities desirable, privacy, independence, established social networks, can mask abuse until devastating damage is done. Elder financial abuse in Los Gatos, Saratoga, and Palo Alto often looks different from abuse elsewhere. The sophistication of assets, the social dynamics of affluent communities, and the expectations of privacy create distinct patterns. Here are the types of cases we litigate. The trusted professional betrayal. A pattern we see involves widows who continue relying on financial advisors their late husbands used for decades. After the husband's death, the advisor begins recommending increasingly aggressive investments, actually churning accounts to generate commissions while depleting substantial portfolios. We've litigated these cases involving losses in the millions throughout Palo Alto and surrounding communities. The estate planning manipulation. Another scenario involves widowers with mild cognitive impairment being visited by attorneys they've never met, brought by new companions. Within weeks, estate plans are completely rewritten, disinheriting children in favor of someone the elder has known only briefly. Families often don't learn of changes until after death. We see this pattern frequently in Saratoga. Family home scheme. A troubling pattern involves elderly residents convinced by caregivers to add them to title on homes worth millions, supposedly for estate planning purposes. The caregiver then takes out loans against the property, ultimately forcing sales that leave elders with nothing. Los Gatos families have faced these situations. The charitable predator. Seniors known for philanthropy are sometimes targeted by people posing as nonprofit development officers. Over time, these predators cultivate close relationships, eventually convincing seniors to make substantial charitable gifts to organizations that don't exist. We see this pattern in communities like Palo Alto with strong philanthropic traditions. Companion marriage. A pattern that causes devastating losses involves recently widowed residents in early-stage dementia, marrying people decades younger, sometimes individuals originally hired as household staff. Within months, estate plans change, accounts restructure, and decades of accumulated wealth redirects away from children. We litigate these cases throughout affluent Silicon Valley communities. Several factors elevate elder financial abuse risk in affluent Silicon Valley communities. Privacy culture. Los Gatos, Saratoga, and Palo Alto. Residents value discretion. The same privacy that protects family matters from public view can hide abuse from family members and authorities. Complex asset structures. Wealth in these communities often includes multiple real properties, investment accounts at various institutions, business interests, private equity holdings, art collections, and other assets requiring sophisticated management. Complexity creates confusion and opportunity for manipulation. Professional class trust. Many seniors in these communities spent careers in medicine, law, academia, or business. They're accustomed to working with professionals and may extend trust to anyone presenting credentials, legitimate or fabricated. Geographic spread of families. Adult children of Palo Alto, Los Gatos, and Saratoga seniors often pursue careers elsewhere. When family loves in New York, London, or Singapore, local predators have access that distant relatives cannot monitor. Social isolation. After loss. The death of a spouse often triggers elder financial abuse. Widows and widowers in these communities may be isolated despite apparent social connections. Grieving in communities where neighbors maintain polite distance. Reluctance to report. Affluent seniors may feel embarrassment about being victimized, reluctance to involve authorities, or fear of appearing incapable of managing their affairs. This reluctance allows abuse to continue and escalate. California provides robust legal protections for elder financial abuse victims, welfare, and institutions. Code Section 1461030 defines financial abuse broadly, including taking property through undue influence, fraud, or from someone lacking capacity to consent. Successful claims can yield full recovery of property taken or its equivalent value. Attorney fees and costs of litigation. Double damages when defendants acted in bad faith. Punitive damages for particularly egregious conduct. For families in Los Gatos, Saratoga, and Palo Alto, these remedies can mean recovering millions of dollars stolen from elderly parents or grandparents. Now let's talk about the contingency fee advantage for wronged beneficiaries. When predators have already taken substantial assets, families often can't afford hourly representation costing $250,000 or more. The people who stole the money can fund expensive legal defenses. Victims cannot. Hackard Law's contingency fee model eliminates this barrier. We advance litigation costs and defer compensation until successful recovery. If we don't recover assets, clients pay no attorney fees, regardless of time invested. This structure gives Los Gatos, Saratoga, and Palo Alto families the experienced representation needed to pursue wrongdoers who've stolen family wealth, without requiring victims to fund litigation from already depleted resources. California imposes firm time limits on elder financial abuse claims. Generally, actions must commence within 3 years of discovering abuse, or 4 years from when abuse occurred. Trust contests may have windows as short as 120 days. When Los Gatos, Saratoga, or Palo Alto families discover elder financial abuse, immediate consultation with experienced counsel is essential. Every day of delay risks losing legal rights permanently. Hackard Law represents heirs and beneficiaries in estate, trust, and elder financial abuse litigation throughout Silicon Valley and California. Contact us today at 916-313-330. We'll be happy to speak with you. Hackard Law. Call the Sage.